Let's rock.
What's going on, cuz?
What's
How you
going
doing
on,
today,
sir? How are
sir?
you? I'm good, man. Making it happen, Doc. You know how we do.
Man, good. Good to see you, brother, as
Man,
always.
good to see you, man. You rocking that taupe, you know what I'm saying? Styling
Oh,
from the
man.
top to the bottom.
You know me, it ain't really about designers with me, man. It's all about coordinating. I just like putting colors together.
Right, right.
I think
No, all
that's
right.
why I
So,
like fixing them.
it's
Uh,
funny. I love how you said that ain't about design. I heard Ocho Cinco saying something like, he when he realized he didn't need name brand, he was like, like I'm me. Like, what other name I need to put on that's more valuable than my last name? And it was like, wow.
man, and that's so real, man. You really just gotta understand you and figure you out and figure out what makes things work for you. Like on the flip side of it, I'm in touch with my feminist side. I'm into them shoes like women. So I'm into the designer shoes, but the clothes,
Right.
man, I just love just putting stuff together, making it twist up, making it look good. So
Yes, sir. Love
yes,
it,
sir.
man.
So today, man, cuz we got a hot one for him, man. We talking about just keeping things in the proper perspective, just understanding life and keeping things in the proper perspective. So
Love it.
let's get it.
Cal and Dave Jones are the hosts of the show. We living in some difficult times, as most of us know. Let's lift each other up and put down the stress. If you didn't know, the name of the show is called Rap.
Go ahead, bro. You want to jump us off?
Yeah, man. We got a clip here, man. We want to play, man. I always send stuff out on Instagram, man, motivational stuff I see. And, in return, everybody send me different stuff. So just stuff that, some be funny, some be inspirational. So this is one of the clips I came across, and I thought it would be a good topic for us to touch on, man. So, go on and play it, cuz.
Gave you both $1 million cash, how would you feel?
I'll be extremely grateful.
Would anybody be able to get you in a bad mood for a little while?
Absolutely not.
Okay, Deanna, would you agree?
I would agree 100%. I'd be
Okay.
walking on cloud nine.
Now listen, because this is big. If I had a bomb button, I'd press it. You ready?
Yep.
If I said I'll give you the $1 million, matter of fact, I made
Like
it
a crazy
10 million,
echo.
but you couldn't wake up tomorrow. You're done. Would you take it?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so what you're both saying is that
Perfect.
just waking up tomorrow is worth more than $10 million.
That's hell of a perspective. And that, yep, it is.
Yeah.
It is
Why
working.
ain't you feeling that way every damn time you wake up?
I never looked at it that way.
Nobody does, dude. That's why we get up and we're all bummed out. We have a bad day, and this sucks, and that sucks, and the world hates me, and that's not fair. And I can't lose weight because of this reason, and I can't get in shape, and I can't make money, and blah, 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 blah. Guys, we woke up. It's gonna be a good day. The question is how good is it gonna get?
Right.
And if it doesn't get as good as we want, guess what? Hopefully we wake up the next day. Eventually, man, you're walking around like a magnet
Absolutely.
for freaking deals, opportunities. People freaking love you. The next thing you know, you're like, man, how come I ain't been doing this the whole time? Well, because you didn't know. If you knew better,
Man.
Wow.
If I had to finish that sentence, I said, if you knew better, you would do better.
You would do better. Man, that's powerful stuff, Doc.
Man, that was so
stuff,
good, man.
So what was your first thoughts when you ran across that? What came to mind?
Man, my first thoughts when I ran across that, man, is how on point it was, how it hit my spirit, man, because it's like I'm in a place like that right now, man, where you got to understand with everything that's going around in the world. If you look at the media and the different things you see, even people, you got to be careful with the people that you talk to and associate with, like where they mindset at, what they own, where they at in their life, and what they talking about, because it's so easy for somebody to call you with some junk or some foolishness. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that, like, you got to understand, like, the same way you look around in the world and the media and the news promoting, all this violence and everything that's going on wrong. You got to create your own atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? So you got to fight hard for your happiness. You know what I'm saying? The devil fighting hard to keep you unhappy. You know what I'm saying? Just like a lot of miserable people in the world. You know what I'm saying? Misery love company. That's why it's so easy to see people, call you and spread some bad news or talk about somebody or this, that, and the third, because it's like misery love company. And it's, it's contagious. So you just got to, man, I wake up, man, I got this thing where I just been hit. First thing I do is hit the flow, man. You know what I'm saying? Hit my knees and pray.
Love it.
And, I just fight hard throughout the day, man, to just stay in a good place. And you got to be quick to bounce out of foolishness, because It ain't like stuff ain't gonna come to try to throw you off, or you ain't gonna deal with things throughout your day that's just gonna try to frustrate you or get you mad. You just got to be, you know what I'm saying, in control of your own destiny and be able to snatch your situation back, snatch your happiness back. Be quick, you know what I'm saying, deal with stuff and get off of it. You know what I'm saying, instead of being stuck in a rut and stuck in that foolishness. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I love it, man. Just to get our viewers on point, I think that the biggest takeaway from this is perspective. Like we titled this, what do you possess right now that will fix all of your problems? And the answer to that is perspective, because it's something that you can use to increase, we learned that it's not what happens to you, it's how you respond to what happens to you, right? Because we all go through situations in life where stuff sucks. You know what I'm saying? Things happen. But the question is, how do you view what happened to you? Is it a lesson learned? Or is it something that we can sulk and just be in defense and say, oh, woe is me? And a lot of our unhappiness comes from a lack of perspective. This is new thing, man. I want to put this out there right now. It's my new kick. Many of you know that I'm a life and business coach. So at the end of the day, there's three things that you need, and y'all need to write this down in order to build your life and business, specifically your business. And the first one is mindset, second, skill set, and third is tool set. So if you got the mindset, the skill set, and the tool set, you can bring everything. And so your chase should be going after these three components. But what I found was the most important out of all of these is mindset. Why? Because a lot of us have skills. A lot of us have capabilities that we know how to do, some things we master that we're good at. And a lot of us have the tools like the internet to leverage different software, different equipment that we have to actually go produce the thing that we needed if we were to use those tools properly. But when you have the skill set and the tool set, some of us need to go get those, but you don't have the mindset, the rest is irrelevant. And the mindset is how your mind is set on thinking the right way to attack it with the positivity, with the tenacity, with the right perspective, with the gratefulness, with the attitude to cause the thing that you're holding in your hand to work on your behalf. You know what I'm saying? So having the right perspective about what's in our hand causes you to come into the fulfillment or the happiness that we all seem to be eluding, many of us.
Man, that's so good. And man, that was good. Listen, and you know what? What I like about this clip, man, is the first thing he jumped off what was talking about money. Because that's what everybody think the answer to their problems is. Right. A dollar, money. Everybody be thinking about if I had the money, I could do this. If I had the money, I could do that. Man, I just need a break. I need to catch a break, man. I need to hit a lick, man. I need a loan. I need this. Everybody just think it's the money. But what the problem with what they don't understand is a lot of times when God putting you in your quiet place or you feel like you're going through a struggle, because a lot of times it ain't a struggle. Sometimes it's a shutdown. It's a complacement. You need to be in a still place where God can deal with you, where he can talk to you, where he can give you what you need. It ain't money, because without a plan, make a plan to fail, without a plan to execute.
Yes, sir. Having
money at the wrong time will make you self-destruct. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
because
yes.
Let's use the pandemic for an example. How many people we know seen money, not one that they will never see again in their life, but money they haven't ever seen in their life. They never see this stuff. We'll never see a situation where that many people in the world that ain't seen money see that type of money. Both just getting free money, legit, and where a lot of them was able to hit licks and come up on thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands. Man, I know some people got some good money. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying that to say they broke now. And it all boiled down to not being structured and understanding and having a plan to execute when you come into that money. So a lot of that be like God sometimes will allow you to experience some things that you think you need just to show you really ain't have what you need. What am I saying? I'm saying a lot of us seen that money and got a hold of a lot of that money and didn't have a plan and spent that money up, and we kicking ourselves in the butt thinking about, oh, I wish I could, man, if I could, if I get another chance at that, and they stuttering and stupid and feeling stupid and looking at themselves stupid and looking at all this jewelry they done pawned, all this stuff they done sold, all this foolish designers they done went and bought, and they like, man, if I could do it all over again right now, which they may never have that chance again to see that type of money, they would execute and shoot that move different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
what I'm saying is, I like the way he executed talking about money first, because what we all need to do is take time out and figure out what is it, you know what I'm saying? Where's my compassion at? What is it I really like doing that's gonna bring me fulfillment, happiness, save me some time, and bring me money?
Man.
Because without all those things, you could be getting all the money in the world, but it's keeping you so busy and you so stressed out that you say to yourself, man, I'm straight on them. I done been there, getting all the money in the world, but I'm working so hard to get it, and the money coming in so good that I'm able to shoot out and grab the stuff I want, you know what I'm saying, as far as, you know, materialistic stuff, but it's taking so much of my time, I'm empty in other areas. Don't have time for my family, you know what I'm saying? Don't have the time to even enjoy the stuff I'm buying. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta put this stuff in proper perspective where we understand money is only good, you know what I'm saying, when you got your life in the proper perspective and you need what you need to execute the plan. If you don't have the plan laid out and you ain't got your vision clear to where you understand where you going, what you doing, and why you doing it, and what's the end all do all, you're really gonna be in a bad position if you get the money before you understand, you know what I'm saying, the execution.
Man, I got to jump in here and give you this quote from Tony Robbins. He said, and I'm paraphrasing, he said, the biggest failure in life, obviously, because he works with billionaires at this point, so we're talking about the ultimate level of success. He says, is to be successful in the thing that you don't find fulfillment in, to be successful in what is not your purpose. Right. Because you can even get all the strategies, the process, and get the grind and the hustle to go get the money when the end all is the money. But if you don't find purpose in life, and you know what I'm saying, if you don't find fulfillment or your why that makes it make sense for you, other than just the chase of the financial possessions, which we will get used to, then that'll be the biggest failure that I think that you can ever have. And so that's why it's so proper to, you know, it's interesting if we say the question was, would you take $10 million? Would you be happy with $10 million? Well, the answer was yes. Of course, I'd be happy with $10 million. But would you take the 10 million over waking up this morning? I'll give you the 10 million if you couldn't wake up. Well, the answer is I don't want the 10 million. So what does that say? That means that when you have to break it down to brass tacks, that just waking up or the opportunity to breathe and be on earth is more important than the thing that we get up and chase every day. And when we don't have that thing we get up and chase every day, for some reason, the waking up now doesn't make sense. And if you get in that mindset so long, you be trying to get up out of here. There's a lot of suicidal thoughts. There's a lot of I don't need to be here no more.
Man.
When right in our hand is just life, which we can see is more valuable than the thing that we're chasing. You know what I'm saying? And so it's all about perspective. Yes, we do want more. Yes, we are trying to increase and produce. Many of you have been on this show, you know that we all about, you know what I'm saying, you know, doubling down and figuring out how to be creative and form what's in your head and produce. That's what life is about. You know what I'm saying? Being able to create just like God put us here. But it has to be a why behind that creation. It has to be something that comes from you. And that's really where the joy is, the process of the creation, the thing that solves a problem for other people. And the money is a consequence. The money is a consequence of you solving the problem for people and being instrumental in producing that thing. And so if we get an opportunity to wake up, then it's like we got another shot at it. And if we just look at it, any situation that we're going through with the right perspective and then do some form of gratefulness, then I think a lot of the anxiety that we have of lack will begin to disappear. And that's kind of like the takeaway for me here.
Man, that's so good, man. It's funny, man, because I was thinking this morning, man, I finished working out, got out the shower, and I was just, God was dropping some stuff in my spirit, and I thought it was for the Wednesday wisdom. And now I see it's for this, man. You know, it's deep, man, how real God is when you really lock in and you get yourself in a position where he can deal with you and talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Because he was telling me this morning, like when I got out the shower, like, you know, we in a place right now where a lot of us is thinking like, oh man, you know, I'm in this quiet place and it's tight for me and the money ain't flowing and so on and so forth. And God was saying, you know, I need you to let the people know that y'all in the quiet, we all in the quiet place right now because God trying to deal with our gratitude and our attitude. And this is a time right now where he about to bless some people real big, but you got to have gratitude and you got to have the right attitude and you got to take this downtime and not be stuck in what you ain't got right now. You got to focus on what you trying to do. And you got to be focused to the point where, for one, God got to know he can trust you. You know what I'm saying? Because God can't bless those he can't trust, because if he tell you to do something with something he bless you with financially and he can't trust you to do it, then he know you're going to squander the blessing. So that's one thing.
Man.
The second thing he told me is you got to get in a place where just what you was just saying, Dave, where you doing whatever you doing to make money with purpose, because that's where you're going to find fulfillment and you're going to find happiness, because we're not living in a time right now where people, that's why so many people is not impressed right now with what's going on around them, with friends getting new cars and, you know what I'm saying, paying attention to all this materialistic stuff, because it's a shaking going on in the world right now where God trying to get our attention to help us understand what's important, so that when we get the financial substance, that we understand what's important, so we don't be focused on the wrong things. So it's some things that's about to happen, but you got to be in a right mind space, you got to be in the right spirit, and you got to be able to learn from your mistakes and know the fumbles and the pitfalls you had in the past, that you just not in the position. It's time to grow up. You can't make these mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And the priority has got to be in order, and the priority has got to be in line to where when the blessing come, you ain't doing foolish stuff trying to show something to the person next to you about how you living. So don't be so consumed with feeling like you depressed. It's not depression you're going through. God really trying to get your attention and really want you to focus on what the plan is, so that you will have a clear mindset on what it is you're supposed to be doing. So when he bless you with the money, it's not a shadow of a doubt what you're supposed to be doing, and you had all the fulfillment in it that you need, as far as understanding, mindset, spirit, love, compassion. You know what I'm saying? You making money in that thing that your heart so desire, and your purpose that you walking in. You know what I'm saying? It's so easy to make money in something that you purpose and you destined to be doing, because it don't feel like a job. You just feel like, man, I love this. And the money just gonna come. But you gotta find out what that thing is, because if you don't, you'll feel like you steady fumbling the football, you steady investing in stuff and you walking away from, you steady investing in stuff and you failing, you steady investing in stuff and you don't like it, but it's bringing money in. We're getting too old for that. So now's the time just to really, you know what I'm saying, ask yourself these hard questions, and to really look at yourself as that self-reflection, as that mirror, and deal with some things you need to correct about yourself to really be in a position to be everything God needs you to be. So when you go forth, you being a man or woman that you need to be, so God can use you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you can be a reflection, because he about to really give it to some people he could trust, but you got to get yourself, you know what I'm saying, in line.
Man, woof, drop the mic, bro. Listen, you said so much hot fire in there, man. And I really love this when we get into talking, because for those of you who are listening, I mean, all this is about is giving us proper mindset and perspective. You know, one of our potential topics, me and Unc was talking this morning, was potentially like, what is your foundation? Like, what rules are you playing in the game of life? And all of us got to have rules when you come in. Right. You don't come in here and make up your own rules. You attract rules from somewhere else. And so for me, for us, you know, this podcast really responded as people should. And we're talking about faith and society and trying to distinguish the two so we can live properly. And that's where these concepts are coming from. But we get our foundation on our principles, which are undeniable, right? From the word of God, like principles that you cannot deny, right? Give and it shall be given back to you, right? Let patience, you talked about that earlier, have its perfect work on you so you can stay down and focus and be anxious, wanting nothing. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of principles that are in the word of God that gives us perspective of how to approach situations, like be slow to speak, right? You know, when you're in situations, right? And so all these principles that we're using is the things that's going to help guide you to find fulfillment and peace in life, as opposed to the things that the society throws at you, or the world thoughts, negative perspectives, you know what I'm saying? Flipping out how we think about men and women, flipping about how we treat our children, flipping about what's important in life, chasing money, like all these negative, you know, the whole boss chick attitude. I mean, and not to go on that, you know, just so many different things, this division, this comparison, these ideologies that we're getting from society. You got to ask yourself, where are you getting your foundation from? And this is give us confidence to stand on the word of God, or to stand on our relationship with God, because it's evident that the things that are in the Bible, the things that God has given us a better way to handle this stress, this anxiety, this pressure, and it relieves us of that, right? It relieves of these negative things that are coming into our life. And I just want to, I guess, encourage some of you to stand on God and not be, and you talked about this one time before, being more bold about the things that God is giving us to think better. You know what I'm saying? The Bible says, be not conformed to the way the world thinks, but transform that mess by renewing of your mind with positive thoughts that are undeniable principles that get us out of situations. Last thing I'm going to say, you said gratitude and attitude. It's almost like we came up with an acronym here, and I'm going to steal this from Gary Vaynerchuk. I could use the attitude in here, but it's called the GAP mindset. Having gratitude consistently, awareness of what you're trying to produce and your feelings, controlling those, and then perspective, being able to look at what's going on through your life and seeing it properly through the lens of how God see it. There's always a good side of everything. There's an equal and opposite side of everything. And so if we could use this gratitude, awareness, and perspective, or like yours, gratitude, attitude, and perspective, we'll be able to come out of a lot of situations that cause us to get into a depressed state of mind.
Man, that was good, man. And that's good, man, because what you were just saying, like far as paying attention to, like, you know, what you tuning into, what you following, what you tapping into, man, like what you entertaining, you know, because it's so easy to be in like entertaining, like, you know what I'm saying, gossip and foolishness and different things. And man, and it just made me think about, man, one of my partners, man, was in town, man, and he tried to catch up with me last time he was in town. Well, last week when he was in town, I was a little busy, and he was like, man, I'm coming to you right now, man. You know, because you know how life be, we be busy. One of my homeboy Mo, man, and we just can't, and you'd be surprised how many people in such a stagnant place. I ain't gonna say stagnant, but a place where they sitting still and they don't understand why, you know what I'm saying, until they talk to somebody that's got some understanding as to why. And I was just talking to him, and I was telling him about where I was at, and he was saying he was in the same place. And I got to talking to him about God, what you, like you were saying about being bold with God. And he was like, dang, man, you know what? I realized, like, you know, when I got off that, you know, dealing with my cousin, kicking it with different people, and, you know what I'm saying, and kind of faded off the whole spirituality thing, that, you know, things started taking a turn, you know, and a lot of times when, you know, you don't have to necessarily believe what somebody believes, you know what I'm saying, whether it's Christianity, Buddhism, Jehovah's Witness, you know, but they all practice the same basic principles. And what it do is it puts you in it keeps you in the proper perspective where you actually have the proper understanding to understanding dealing with life, the Bible, basic instructions before leaving earth, the acronym for the word Bible. So what I'm saying is, like you were saying, like, what are you following? You got to link up with people, you know what I'm saying? You got to have some base foundation on something bigger than you. You got to have some type of rules that you living by, that you following, that you got people around you holding you to a standard, or you got, you know what I'm saying, the old school manly values. Hey, my word is this. When you give a man your word, stand on that. You say you're gonna do something, you know what I'm saying, do that. We all remember what it's like being a kid and your parents or your uncle or somebody told you they would do something and didn't do it, how that hurt you and how it let you down, and how you just didn't want to be that person. So we just got to get back to them old school values, you know what I'm saying? Getting in the church, you know what I'm saying? Going to the Kingdom Hall, you know what I'm saying? Going to the mosque, anything that's going to hold you to, we know what touch our spirit. You know if being a Muslim touch your spirit. You know if being, you know what I'm saying, a Catholic touch your spirit. You know if you go to church, how the word move you. Every time you go, you don't go, but every 6 months. But when you go, you like, man, I'm nervous. I ain't going back there, man. It seems like they be talking straight to me when I go up in there. You know what I'm saying? So you know what move your spirit. You need to attach yourself to that thing to move your spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about me and Dave willingly responding as people should in raps, we ain't going to try to push our religion on nobody, because we understand who we serve, you know what I'm saying, and why we serve him and what he has done in our life. But as a people, we actually got to get to something that's positive, serve something that's bigger than us, that's going to make us stand on sound values, morals, and make us be stand-up men and women. That's going to make us, you know what I'm saying, nudge us to be like, you know what I'm saying, I got to be real in this area. You know what I'm saying? Because if you ain't got nothing that you following that's making you, you know what I'm saying, accountable, challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to be better, or, you know what I'm saying, to move about, you know what I'm saying, just like I've been back like for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? It's off subject, but just something to refer to. So for 5 years, I've been working out. You know what I'm saying? And I've been plateauing, getting the results I want to get because I've always been a stress eater. I battle with, you know what I'm saying, Food's my go-to when I'm stressed out. You know what I'm saying? So I always turn to good foods whenever I'm going through something I'm stressed out. All I think about is what I want to get to eat. I'll bake a peach cobbler. I'll cook, you know what I'm saying? I'll make some pepper steak. Whatever my thing is, I'm running to that when I'm stressed out. You know what I'm saying? Just coming from the streets and running to other things I used to do when I was stressed out. But I'm saying that to say I wasn't getting the peak results I wanted to get in my workout because of the foods. So finally this year, I got to a point where I got my diet together. I'm intermittent fasting. And it's like less than 3 weeks, man, I'm seeing results that I was going in the gym working, you know what I'm saying, 10 times as hard or lifting all this heavy weights, messing my joints up and stuff. And I'm getting results that I've been fighting hard to get for nothing because it was all in the diet. So what am I saying? I'm saying like that very thing that's our biggest struggle is keeping us exactly from where it is that God trying to take us. It's keeping us from that business. It's keeping us from that money. Whatever your hardest struggle is the very thing that's keeping you from getting to the next level that you want to get to. You just got to be strong enough, you know what I'm saying, and have enough, you know what I'm saying, withal to work against whatever that is that you battling with to conquer it so you can go to wherever it is God trying to take you. You know what I'm saying? Because we all got to follow something real and we all got to stand on something real because like if you look at Instagram, we all want 1 million followers. But what are you putting out there that's real to follow? You want the followers, but why should they follow you? What you doing to make somebody follow you? Who are you following? You know what I'm saying? To stand on morals, boundaries, and standards. That's making people look at you like you're a real human being or a real stand-up person to make somebody say, you know what, dog on some real shit, I'm gonna follow him. So we all got to follow something bigger than us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love it.
To me, which is God. You know what I'm saying? You know, to have something in us to make us stand on being real, to give somebody else something to follow.
Yeah, I want to jump in there real quick just to drive that point home. How important it is to stand on something, and I believe obviously I'm a believer in Jesus, and obviously he is a way, I believe, to God and things of that nature. And again, we're not pushing religion on anybody, but I think all of us and all religions are good religions, if we had to define them that way, all are based on some foundational principles that guide us to the good about life and the good about what God has to offer. And this is why it's so important, even in our chase for determine who God is in our life, you have to look at what is the response, what is the call of action that is being requested of the thing that you're following. Is it causing you to be positive? Is it causing you to love your family? Is it causing you to love others and to create and to build? Or is it causing you to run away from things? Many of us who don't have something that we're standing on, you're following the world system. The world is your God, where you totally submit to politics or the media, right? You're getting your perspective from somewhere because you came into this earth as an unconscious baby, right? And you had to learn every rule in life that you have. None of the thoughts that you have are yours, period. They're here before you and they're going to be here when you're gone. So whatever you're thinking in your mindset is not your thoughts. You are not God. But if, like you said, and I love this point, all of us want these millions of followers and we trying to get people to chase us, but we don't. And if we're not standing on God or some principle, then essentially we want them to follow us and we become the God. Why should I listen to you? Why should I listen to your authority, to your opinion about what I should be doing in my life? And that makes you my master. That makes you my God. The only reason that I want to listen to somebody that's standing on something because they are the vessel of something bigger than who they are. And they're trying to attract or bring to me positive things that can affect my life that go beyond our little spit of time that we're here on the earth. So find something to stand on and then share that love with other people and stop chasing what the world thinks in our own opinion and cause us to be masters that want people to follow us. That's idolatry.
Right. Bro, you said it. You said you about to drive it home, baby. That's a wrap, baby.
It's a wrap,
man.
baby.
We love y'all, man. Thanks for tuning in, baby.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, man. Willingly responding as people should. Y'all know how we do every Wednesday, 10 o'clock. We dropping this fire. Go ahead and share this. If you made it to this end, you got to share this. This information is not just for us. Our perspective is to get out there and be vessels and let the positivity touch the world, man, because it's too much BS out here. It's too much negative thinking. And if we're in this lonely, depressive, isolated state, it's because we got the wrong thoughts. You got life. It's worth more than 10 million. Let's get it.
I'm Cal and Dave Jones are the host of the show. We living in some difficult times, as most of us know. Let's lift each other up and put down the stress. If you didn't know, the name